Question everything. The truth will not be televised, and that is the truth. So with that stated, I'm hearing white folks keep saying that, reparations should have been given to our forefathers, when atrocities was happening to them from their forefathers. But the problem with that is, aren't we their children? Aren't we their bloodline? So if you put my grandparents into poverty and then you maintain that poverty by keeping their bloodline in that poverty that you forced them and whooped them and beat them and holocaust them into, don't their bloodline supposed to get justice for you maintaining their poverty? Don't their bloodline supposed to get justice for you destroying their nation of people and putting them in the position that they're in of the devastating structuralized poverty that you put them into? Don't you supposed to give them justice for that? Or we just supposed to forget about it? We supposed to forget that how we got in the shit and have to be stuck in the shit by what you have done to us. We supposed to just forget about that. That's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to forget that all the atrocities that has happened to our people that put us in the position we are in today supposed to just be done away with because you say so. That's just like a criminal to say something like that. That's just like a person with great hatred for people to say something like that. That's just like an unjust person to say something like that. That's just like somebody that cannot reflect on their crimes against someone to say something just like that. Thus, wanting to be able to keep the land you stole, keep the wealth you stole, keep the empire that was built on the backs of the people that you forced to build the empire, at the same time, forget about all the crimes that you did to get there. Set up a system that your people can be the dominance of the controllers of the resources and the wealth, and at the same time, forget about how you got there. Just write that off. Ignore the injustice in the Holocaust that was caused. It's like the man said, here it is, what happened in Germany was just a couple of million. What happened in the Congos was over 20 million with King Leopold. Well, Tyre Leopold, however you want to see it. But that's the reality. When it comes to the Aboriginals around the world and the Holocausts that has happened to the Aboriginal Negroes in order for all lands to be dominated by the recessive gene, no one want to talk about those Holocausts. The Holocaust that happened here in America, now that y'all can see all the different Aboriginal Negroes of America that was here already when Columbus got here, no one want to talk about what happened to them. Remember, when a people vanish, when a people disappear, most of the time when somebody vanishing and disappearing, in our modern day time, we can understand that either going to prison, moving away, or passing away off the planet. That's the only way you vanish or disappear. So let's see it in old times. Prison is what? Slavery. So with that stated, allegedly, got to put that out there because they watch everything I say out my mouth. So with that stated, if a people or a nation of people that was here vanished, 9 times out of 10, they might have ended up in shackles, moved away, or passed away off the planet. Would you say that? It's like your homie. When you don't see your homie anymore and you normally always see him and one day he just gone, what be your thought? 9 times out of 10, he either got locked up, he either moved away, or he passed away off the planet. So y'all got to get past all that people vanishing. People don't vanish for just no reason whatsoever. And a nation of people won't vanish for no reason whatsoever. Something had to happen. And that's just the real reality. And if it ain't no paper trace or ain't no type of reality or evidence or clues to where they went, 9 times out of 10, because it was covered up. That's just what it is. You gotta start thinking, man. All this belief, we ain't with that. So when it comes to the Aboriginal Negroes of America, you gotta understand, reparations, that's the basis of justice. If you don't want to give reparations to the Aboriginal Negroes of America, you got to ask yourself, why are you giving millions and billions of dollars to the immigrants? And why are you giving billions and trillions of dollars to foreign affairs? Obviously, you're telling the people in the world that you actually hate the Aboriginal Negroes so much to where you ain't never willing to give no justice to them on the levels of what you know has been done to them and what is still being maintained to be done to them as we speak right now. But at the same time, willing to give anything and everything to everybody that don't look like them. That's what you're saying. Because right now, we don't got nothing. We ain't getting no money. But those immigrants coming in, they getting mad benefits from what they're saying allegedly. And if that's the truth, why you ain't upset? Why you ain't out with picket fence and signs and boycotts on that? But the moment Aboriginal Negroes say, hey, we want reparations, because it's owed legally by law, you can Google it, we can't get our justice. Go figure. In a country where they say there's no racism. Right. How could it not be no racism in a country that was taken from a people and then passed down to their inheritors to maintain what they have taken? How could it not be racism? How could it not be hatred towards the Aboriginal Negroes when the country and the government and everything within it, foundation was built off of that? How could it not be hate? How could it not be straight up corruption, greed, and all sorts of other atrocities within the actual soil woven into the system itself of what we call United States when it was built on it? Where did it go? My people are living right now under the most mass incarcerated country and nation in the world. You think that's by accident? You think the people that openly set up hate and blackfacing our people are mass incarcerating us more than any nation in the world because we're criminals? It don't have nothing to do with the hatred that is embedded in the soil and in the system of the United States? That's what you really think? Or are you under that Minecraft or witchcraft called belief? That's what you really believe? Because you know, if you're believing 9 times out of 10, you being deceived in. Because at the end of the day, anybody that's willing to set up a system that tells your babies they can't drink the water because it's not black water, don't just have hate for you. They had a hate that no other person on earth can possibly imagine for you. There's no imagination to the amount of hate someone can have for you to push you into a position to where they tell you you can't get water because you too dark. Go figure. So when we think about these things, you better think about the realities of what justice really is. And if you're not racist or you're not a person of real, true, embedded anti-black hatred, then you should be for justice. And if you're for justice, then justice state that the Aboriginal Negroes have been through crimes against humanity here in America where they was genocide, massacred, and Holocaust on their own land, and they deserve justice. And that's all reparations represents. Reparative justice for the wrongs that have been done to a bloodline and to a nation of people. And you're looking at it. And with that, if you just can't get this, then I just can't get you. If you just don't understand this, then I just don't understand you. And that is the question. You let me know. Peace, peace.